Hey Lakeland, I'm at the Ashley Gibson Barnett Museum of Art, and the day that so many of us have been waiting for is finally here. The $8 million expansion is opening very soon. We're going to go inside and talk to Alex Rich, the museum's director and chief curator, to see what's going to be on display and what this huge new wing, which doubles the museum's size, has in store.
Well, we're standing in the new Dr. Ann B. Kerr wing of the museum, a long-awaited expansion for the AGB, and literally we are standing on the ground floor of this new wing and just outside of the R. Bruce and Melissa Rich Gallery, which for our first iteration of exhibitions houses recent loans and acquisitions. And we are also really excited that this gallery houses our Warhol condensed show, featuring 5 works by the biggest star artist of the whole 20th century, Andy Warhol. Now we are standing in another first floor gallery called the Linda and Steve Buck Gallery of Fine Art. It is housing some of our most impressive recent acquisitions and long-term loans to the museum. On one side of the exhibition space, we have our Rodin sculptures. Rodin was the most famous sculptor of the 19th century, and we have 14 sculptures arrayed throughout the building, and most of them on display in this gallery through to January of 2026. On the other side of the gallery, we are featuring 4 17th century Italian Baroque paintings by the artist Giulio Carpioni. They are 4 5-by-5-foot paintings that treat the subject of the 4 seasons of man. So we are now standing in another of our first floor galleries in the new wing. This is the Chow Foundation Gallery. Given the additional amount of space we have and the cavernous size of these galleries, we really wanted to emphasize this new increased space, literally the space we have to showcase works of art, but also the height of the ceilings and the room we literally have. Well, we're now standing on the second floor of the museum and looking back into our atrium and down at our beautiful new staircase, which should be the main entry point as people are moving from the 1988 building into the new Kerr wing. And we are physically located on the second floor of the museum now, and we're going to look at the second floor galleries. Behind me in the green walls is the Cheryl Strang Gallery, which we're really excited to inaugurate that space with a rotating set of exhibitions on the Florida Highwaymen. The Highwaymen exhibition we also did in 2022 was one of the highest attended shows ever in the history of the museum, and we know that they are beloved, especially to our Florida audiences. So this is our tribute to our community, bringing the Highwaymen back, and we are going to be a perpetual home to the Highwaymen. We're now standing in the Lynn and Richard England Gallery. Beautiful space on the second floor of the museum, one of my absolute favorites. It's light and airy, and we have imagined this space as a home to our permanent collection, but also specifically in this case, American art since the 1960s. One of the strongholds of our collection is our post-1960 American art collection, and in this room, we are showcasing some of the biggest names in all of art history, alongside some lesser-known names, as we do a treatment on what American artists explored throughout the latter half of the 20th century and into the 21st century. I keep saying this is our little museum of modern art, and I think it's a nice testament to what we're able to pull off in our brand new wing of the museum. We're now standing in the Dr. Alan and Linda Rich Gallery, the one gallery with these huge windows. Most of our galleries do not have windows, and if anybody saw the renderings of the building or has been watching the building rise up in the parking lot, they knew there was this big oculus, this huge window here in the space. This is the gallery with those 2 windows. We're now standing in our Robert and Milena Puterva Photography Gallery, a space that was actually carved out of the older 1988 building, although it is brand new and refreshed, and it is a dedicated space for photography, one of the largest collections we have within our permanent collection. But this is our new Ruthven Family Creativity Lab. We're really excited about the space. It's like a makerspace both for rentals, anyone who wants to use it, also for families and kids to have their own self-guided activities. We'll probably have staff meetings in here. It's a fun space for us to use cheerily and on view to the rest of the museum. We're really excited also that we had a wonderful partnership with the Polk County School District, which has helped us to re-outfit all of our classrooms in the museum with new furniture, with new touch screens, as well as 4 3D printers, which are going to be really fun for us to use. And we will make sure that members of the public, as well as those who are eager to use the space to create new innovative objects and figure out new innovative learning tools. So we're really excited that we are very close to opening the museum's new wing to the public. On Thursday, January 16th, we will have our member grand opening. There's never been a better time to be a member of the museum because all of this is accessible to you first as a member of the museum. It also helps us to remain a free admission museum in addition to all the great benefits you get by becoming a member. So members get to see it first, Thursday, January 16th, beginning at 6 p.m., at which time they'll be free to roam the building, we'll make remarks, and then I will give a talk at 7:30 p.m. So make sure you're there on Thursday, January 16th, exclusively for members. And then on Friday, January 17th, we will have member-exclusive events and programs throughout that day. Polk at Night is a ticketed event on Friday, January 17th. And then finally, on Saturday morning, January 18th, we will open the museum's new wing to the public. I hope everyone comes out to see it and everyone realizes this great new opportunity and cultural hub for our community.